are launching into some information on slope. And what we're going to be talking about is, what is slope? And how is it calculated? So first and foremost, let's talk a little bit about what some things we know for slope. Our definition for slope is that it is a measure of steepness and direction of a line. Steepness, in other words, is it really like straight up and down, or is it flatter? And then direction, is it going up or down? So in terms of direction, if a line is going up, it will have a positive slope. If it is going down, it will have a negative slope. If it's horizontal, its slope will be 0. And vertical lines will have an undefined slope. Okay? And undefined just meaning that it's not a number, because it's caused by dividing by 0 in our work. When we talk about slope, the variable for slope is m, right? So m is the measure of the steepness of our line. Now, a couple different ways that we can calculate slope. The first is, if we're given a graph, we can use rise over run. But another way is if we're given two ordered pairs. And when we're given two ordered pairs, we want to use the slope formula. And it says y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So just really quickly, a notation thing. y2, the y tells us which part of the ordered pair, which coordinate I'm looking at. The 2 tells us which ordered pair. The first one or the second one. Parallel lines they have the same slope. Exactly the same, number for number. They are perfectly the same. Perpendicular lines their slopes are opposite, reciprocal. Opposite means that one is plus and one is minus. Reciprocal means that our fraction has been flipped over. Okay. We're going to run through two examples here of how to find slope. In order to do the first, we're going to need a line. So I'm going to put some points on the line. The first point I'm going to pick is going to be at -5, -6. And the next one's going to be at 3, 5. Now I'm going to turn them into a line. Awesome. Now when I do this, I'm going to use rise over run. So rise over run. Here we go. I'm going to rise up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I know to stop because now I am on the level that my second order pair is on. So in my numerator, I'm going to put an 11. To do my run, I always am going to run to the right. And I have run 8 points. So my slope is 11 over 8. So quick note, we're going to work left to right. It's a nice way to make our life easier. Okay, so that's how we can use rise over run to track all of our information and all of our work. Here's our second example. Need 2 ordered pairs again. When I'm given 2 ordered pairs and no graph, I'm going to use the slope formula. So I'm going to copy it down. Now I know that every part of the slope formula has its job. So I'm going to talk about each ordered pair. First of all, every ordered pair is xy. Since this is the first ordered pair, this is my x1 for x in the first ordered pair, and my y1 for y in the first ordered pair. In my second ordered pair, it's still xy, but they get 2's. Okay. So now I need to go through and substitute. In the first spot, in the first spot, it says y2. So according to this labeling I just did, y2 is -6 minus y1, which is 4, over x2, -8, minus x1, which is -3. Okay? So we're doing great. We're crushing it. We've plugged everything in. Just something I want to point out to you, minus a negative down here turns to a plus. Only when they are right next to each other. Otherwise, they won't. So, -6 minus 4 is -10. -8 plus 3 is -5. We do not like to have 2 negatives in our fraction, so I'm going to just take a next step and divide this and make it 2. Now, let's go back and process what we did. The very first thing we did, copy down the formula, because we need a place to start. Then we labeled our ordered pairs. Our third step was to carefully substitute. And then finally we finished by simplifying. Right? So if we have 2 ordered pairs, we copied down the formula so that we had a place to start with. And then we labeled the ordered pairs with what their letter was and what their number was, so we knew where they would go in the formula. Then we took our time and carefully substituted part by part to really make sure we had what we needed. And then we finished by simplifying. So that's how we can find the slope when we are given 2 ordered pairs, but not the graph. You guys got this. Keep in touch with what you